You've probably felt it, right? The way we find things online is different. It's changing, and it's changing fast. We're not really looking at lists of links anymore. We're getting direct answers. And this whole shift, it's powered by AI. The new strategy to win here is called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO. So today, we're going to break down exactly what that means and why it's so important right now.
So, if you're a marketer, a creator, anyone making stuff for the web, let me ask you, are those old SEO tricks just not working like they used to? Does it feel like the rules of the game just changed overnight? Well, you're not imagining things. They have.
So let's get right into it. Because what's happening isn't just some minor update. We're talking about a full-on revolution in how we find information. Search is changing, and I mean forever. For years, search was pretty predictable. You typed in a few words, you got that list of 10 blue links, and the whole goal was to claw your way to the top of that list. But that entire model, it's quickly becoming a relic. Think about it. Our own expectations have completely changed. We don't want to start a research project every time we have a question. We just want the answer. We ask something, and we expect a straight-up, conversational response right back. The days of clicking through 5 different links to piece together an answer are pretty much over.
And the technology making this all happen, of course, is AI. Tools like ChatGPT, Google's AI overviews, they're not really search engines in the old sense. They're answer engines. They take in tons of information from all over the web and then give you one single synthesized answer. And if you create content, well, that changes absolutely everything.
So, if the game has totally changed, how do you even play? And that brings us to the real heart of the matter. What in the world is answer engine optimization?
Okay, here's the big idea. AEO is all about making your content so clear, so authoritative, that an AI doesn't just link to you, it actually uses your words as the direct source for its answer. The goal isn't just to be number one on a list anymore. The goal is to be the answer itself, with your brand cited as the expert.
And it really all comes down to 3 main things. First, clarity. Is your content super easy to understand? Second, authority. Is it credible? Can it be trusted? And third, structure. Is it organized in a logical way that an AI can easily digest and process? If you can nail these 3, you're on your way.
Now, to really get a handle on AEO, it helps to put it side by side with the strategy we all know so well, SEO. So let's break down how this new approach is different and how it kind of builds on the old one.
This really shows you the shift in thinking. See, traditional SEO was all about that race to the top of the page, but AEO has a totally different finish line, becoming the direct answer that an AI gives you. So the focus moves away from just keywords and backlinks to things like clarity and what Google calls EEAT. That's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. You're not just optimizing for a list anymore, you're optimizing for a real conversation.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how do you actually do this? Let's get into some practical steps you can take to start optimizing your content for this new AI-driven world.
So, where do you even begin? Well, it all starts with the foundation, quality content. This is where Google's EEAT guidelines are more critical than ever. Again, that's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Before you do any technical tricks, you absolutely have to create well-researched, solid content that proves you know what you're talking about. There are no shortcuts here.
All right, once you have that quality foundation, the next move is to structure your content so an AI can actually make sense of it. It boils down to this. First, use something called schema markup to give your content context. Second, write direct, clear answers to common questions right there in your text. And third, optimize for conversational language. The way real people actually talk and ask questions.
Let's look a little closer at that schema markup, because this is a really powerful tool. The best way to think of it is like adding invisible labels to your content that only search engines can read. You can label a part of your page as an FAQ, or a how-to guide, or even a review. This gives the AI critical context, and it makes it way more likely that it'll use your content to answer a question. This quote really nails it. The brands that are going to win in the future are the ones that can adapt. It's not about throwing away everything you know about SEO. It's about evolving that strategy. And at the same time, doubling down on what always works, creating great, high-quality content and a fantastic experience for your audience. So, as we start to wrap this up, what does all this really mean for your brand's future online? Well, the path forward is becoming pretty clear. And this is a really important point to get. AEO doesn't just replace SEO. It's better to think of it as an evolution.
It's a crucial new layer you have to build on top of your existing SEO foundation. It's what makes your strategy ready for what's coming next, for the AI era.
So this is the new mission. It's to create content that is so clear, so authoritative, that an AI doesn't just see it, it trusts it. Trust it enough to use it as the definitive answer and then cite your brand as the source. Honestly, that's the new gold standard for visibility online.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about for your own brand, for your own content. In this new era of search, are you creating content that provides clear, direct answers? Or are you still just adding more links to the pile? Because the future, it belongs to the answers.